welcome back to the channel. I know it's been quite a while since I've done anything, but life gets in the way and I've got a new job, so I've not done anything for quite a while. But today I'm heading off to a place called Fairy Glen, or Bluebell Wood, so I'm hoping that the bluebells are going to start coming out now. I'll drop a pin for those who are unaware where it is. It's in Lancashire. It's at the bottom of Parbold Hill, on the right hand side. The car park's not overly massive, and it's quite a popular place for walkers to walk, and the dogs and families to go. There's a couple of waterfalls in there. The West Lancashire Borough Council Rangers look after the place, and over the last few years they've done quite a lot of work up there, and they've put new footpaths in, so it's looking really good. So I thought I'd take a trip back up there. It rained last night, so I'm hoping that the waterfall's going to be a bit more flowy, a bit more water in it, so we're going to go up there and have a look at that. We're also going to see if any of the bluebells are out yet. Fingers crossed for that as well. So yeah, stick with us and we'll see you up there in a little bit. Arrived, it's just a short walk from the car park. For those who've never been before, if you Google it, it's if you're coming down from Parbold Hill, the car park is on the right, and Fairy Glen, sorry, the car park will be on your left, and Fairy Glen will be on your right. And if you're coming from right inside, the car park, you'll get the car park first on your left, right, and the Fairy Glen will be on your left. It's a short walk up, so we're just about to approach Fairy Glen now. Turn the camera around so you can see, and there you go, there's Fairy Glen. So we'll just make our way in. Okay, so someone's playing silly buggers. It's alright, we can walk further down and we'll go into the other way. I'll just show you across here. Okay, so there is one of the waterfalls, and it looks like we've had plenty of rain. That's quite flowing quite a lot. There is access, if you go to the other side of the bridge, there's a little footpath that comes down this way to get you in. Obviously there's that big tree trunk in the way there, but that could add to the feature, could not. But I'm not going to go to this waterfall, I'm going to go to the second waterfall, which is a bit further down. So if you stick with me, I will take you there now. So I've now brought you up to probably the main waterfall at Fairy Glen. There are some bluebells about, I'll just show you there. There's not many, so I'm probably about a week early than I should be. But I've come and stood at the top, some wooden steps, and about halfway down there's a little turn on your right, left hand side. You know, can't even work out my left and my right today. From here it gives you a nice little vantage point. You can see it gives you this kind of view. So I'm going to set up my camera and see what we can get from up here. So I'll do it in 2 ticks. Okay guys, so I've set the camera up and I'm looking straight down panoramic mode, because I don't want, you'll see a tree stump just at the end of the bridge. It's like a tree that's been cut, so I've put it in panoramic mode just to avoid that. So it's going to be a tight crop, so we'll have the stream leading under the bridge, so you'll see that, and then like the path. I've cut it quite close to the tree that's split in two on the other side. So yeah, it's just something to lead you in.
and take you around to the other side. So the settings on this one, I've got an F11, a quarter of a second. I'll just put it on a 3-second timer just so I can avoid that. So like I said, that's on a quarter of a second. So if that's turned out, I'll pop that up right now. Right, so what I've done now is I've come further down because I've just spotted this garlic in flower. So what I'm trying to do is, let's have a look. You can see this on the back of the camera. That's the shot I'm actually going for. So at the moment there we go. That's, yeah, so I'm going to take that again actually. So I'm focusing on the waterfall in the background. It's underexposed by one stop, just to keep them highlights. Well, it was. The light keeps dipping here, in and out. I can just take that back. So that's not too bad, but with it being in RAW, I will bring out the garlic here, and I can bring back the highlights in the sky, so I can sort that out. So if that's turned out, I will show you now, and even if I don't like it, I'll show you. But yeah, hopefully that's turned out well. So I don't know whether you can hear me or not, but I've decided to move a lot closer to this waterfall now, and I've gone for a panoramic shot. Sorry, not panoramic, a portrait shot. Hopefully this will turn out. I'm going to stick one of my K&F filters on and see what I get from that. But this is how it looks straight out of camera at the moment. Which, to be fair, it's quite a nice shot, you know. Let's have a look at them. Which I'm quite impressed with, to be fair. It's quite a nice shot. But just to get that water looking a bit more milky, I'm going to stick a filter on the front. So just bear with me a sec. Okay, so I've now stuck a filter on the front, so I'm going to have to adjust the exposure and see what I get now. So that's on a 20-30 second exposure. There we go. Let's see what this turns out like. To be honest with you, I've not hardly used these filters. I've got them a couple of Christmases ago, and I think I've used them about 3 times. I don't shoot a lot of long exposures, but I think it's just something nice to have in your bag. What can I hear there? Oh, it's wagtails over there. You see that? Right, okay, that's finished now doing that exposure. Let's have a look at that. Very nice indeed. Looks like I've just got a bit of a vignette on that in the corners, so I've not put it on right. Have a look. Yeah, seems to be on properly. We'll take another one and see where we go with this one. I don't know how people do it when they've got them in long exposure over 2-3 minutes. It seems to take forever, just 30 seconds. Oh, there we go. I don't know whether I'm over keen on these. Just pull it up again. over keen on these two. Like slabs here. I like this, comes in. Let's see if I can recompose that or zoom in or something. Let's see what I can do there. So I've done that. I'm gonna have to use two hands, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna have to pause this video, but I'm just gonna lift it up so that we can see some more of the top there. Okay, so I've recomposed that. I know it's just slight, but I can just crop that in a little bit. So let's try that again. And hopefully this has been worth me scrambling over all the rocks and everything. For those of you who don't know me, I do have a dodgy knee. Oh yeah, I think that's much better. I'll just pull that back up again. Yeah, I'm a lot happier with that. That's much better. Really happy with that. I think that might actually suit a black and white. See if it works out. I'll put that I'll put that up now. Okay, so as I've just turned around to leave, very precautiously over these rocks, they're very slippery by the way. So they've just been stood right there. As I just turned around, I thought this was a nice shot. Obviously, not all this, but this is what I'm looking at the moment. I've only literally just turned my camera on, so I still need to sort out my settings, as it were. So, I need to bring that down. So we are looking at 6 seconds. I don't know whether I need the polarizer filter on now. The ND filter on. But we'll have a look at it and see what happens. Oh, them greens are really punchy. I really like that. That's really nice. That. I like the shapes of the V's coming in. The branches, the bridge. The foreground, the background, sorry, with the hill and then the trees. I really like that shot. So let's just I'm going to brighten that up a little bit. I'm going to take that to 3 seconds so it's overexposed by a stop. Right, okay, so again, yeah. Alright, that's not a bad shot. I like that. I'll put that on the screen. That one's turned out. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and use, there's a lot of moss on here. I'm going to try and use that as a bit of a foreground interest, maybe see if I can lead that into the shot. I can see there's bluebells up there, but they're not out, like I said before. I think if they come a week later, but another forecast in a week's time looks a bit dismal. But let me just see if I can scramble up here without hurting myself, and then I'll set the shot up again. So I thought I'd come down as I was on my way out, and like I said, I was going to use this branch here, and on my way out to photograph this branch, I've just spotted this tiny little fresh stalk coming out here, this fresh little sapling or whatever. So I thought I'd try and get that in the shot. And I focused on it. I'm going to go for f8 because I want some of the background in with the bridge and everything. So, and that's what I've got. I didn't want to go too blurred with it. Let's look at that. I didn't want to go too blurred with it because I want to make sure that we can see some details in the background. But yeah, I kind of like that. It cuts through diagonally with this coming in. It's kind of getting framed almost by the two trees that you can see there. Maybe I could move around a little bit more. Try and lift it up a little bit higher so it does get framed a bit more. Let's see if I can work that out. Okay, so after trying to move it around, I can't really get any lower because of the ground that I'm on. But I have managed to move it over a bit more. Oh, come on, focus on the branch. Come on, it's there. Oh, should stop being lazy, shouldn't I? There we go. There we go. Let's see how that looks. I think that looks a bit better. So we compare that to the one before. Yeah, I think that's a bit more pleasing. I'm quite happy with that shot. That's another one in the bag. So I'll pop that on the screen now, if that looks all right. Well, that's it for today. I am absolutely knackered and sore. It's definitely a place that you're going to need your boots for. It's a bit of a hike. There's some really steep steps. So any extra images I've taken, I'll add on to the end, which I have taken one of the steps. You'll see that. But yeah, it's definitely what a place to come. There's lots of streams and brooks. Like I said, the bluebells should be out next week, which should be around about the 20th, I think it is, for the bluebells. The garlic is starting to come out as well, so you'll have that. There's lots of trees, fallen trees with moss on. Lots of lead-in lines. There's plenty to go on there for photographers. Like I said, it does get quite busy with walkers, dog walkers and stuff like that, and families. The kids love running around with the wellies on, jumping in puddles and stuff like that. So it is a very popular venue. But yeah, so that's Fairy Glen. Like I said, if you're not the fittest of people and you're not so great on your knees, I maybe try and avoid it. I don't go that often. I've got to be in a really good mood and take lots of painkillers, to be honest with you. So that's what I'm going to do now. I've crippled myself. Going to go home, put my feet up, start editing these photos, take some painkillers and relax. But yeah, so until next time, thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Thank you. Take care.